So we got a bit further this week. I got that TMD shed finished from Gage Masters. It weren't too bad to put together, and I got the doors that open and shut. They were the most difficult, trying to get them to stop on the hinges, and then these little stripes, they're all separate, putting them on, a bit fiddly for me. But yeah, with that concrete paving or whatever you call it around, it looks quite good. I've got that the concrete blocking from Scale Model Scenery, and it's finished it off quite nicely. And of course these I don't know what they call it, but it's the boarding anyway that it sticks to. You get the lot from them. Some of the ballast down, it's still to be finished off as that ballasting, and I still haven't got my paint come, so I'm going to be waiting for that. I'm going to make that into a bit of a yard there at the side. And apart from that, one thing I was going to mention was a lot of interest for showing in these connectors. You put your negative and your positive in one end there, and then you've got all your feeds off. I showed him last week, but so many's asked where do we get them from. Well, the name's Herbifix on eBay in Germany. I think they're about £7 or £8 each. It's pretty good service. I bought them off him in the past. I'll put a lead for it. I put the lead on last week actually under description. If you looked on description, there was a lead there to go find it. I'll do it again this week. But there must have been, I think about 20 must have asked me about them. So that's that. We'll go down now, the main thing, the naming of the stations. I must say I was overwhelmed with what came in. I must have had about 100 suggestions, maybe even more. I know some very good ones. Coy Town, Coy Halt, goes over me Coy, Bridge on Station, North Coymore, Coymore, Watersford because of the water and what have you. And of course my wife's nickname, which she got suddenly christened her this on YouTube about 8-9 years ago now, due to her, shall we say, stand of driving. They called her the Stig. So I got like a lot with Stigletown and Stigholt, Stigster, etc. But I've come up with two which I quite like, and they have a bit of a meaning. I know a lot of you put Haworth Halt, Haworth Junction, etc. It's a bit too personal, isn't it, with your name on, but and of course don't forget there's Haworth on the Keighley Keighley Worth Valley Railway. So I've gone for these two. I'll show you anyway, and I think you'll agree that they're quite fitting for my layout and for the reputation I have. Main stations, I call it Rippingdale Junction. And of course this is obviously referring to me. Keep ripping it up. Every time I've got the layout laid down and finished, I rip it up and start again. So I thought it was quite appropriate that. I've done it a couple of times. I don't know if you can see it from here, it's on the other side. I'll just move the camera down. Rippingdale Junction again. I think that sounded quite well and fitted in reasonably well. I'll come down to the smaller stations now, and I think you'll agree with this. Have it in there, the Stig. We've called it Stig Halt. I've it on both sides there. And I say it's quite fitting, as I say. She does tend to drive in a certain manner, does my wife, and I say must be about 8 years ago she was christened the Stig. A lot of new subscribers won't know of it, but if you look back over the years, it's always been Dave and the Stig. Anyway, that's as far as we've gone this week. There's a fair bit more to do, and I hope to have it finished by next week. A lot more electrics in and bits and bats, etc. So I'll just run a couple of trains and we'll call it a do, eh? for today. As I say, there's still a lot to do, so hopefully by next weekend we shall have it all done and more to show you.